Let me say this straight. You're making your content way harder than it has to be. I'll show you why. Your AI generated content is not safe and you don't even know it. Today, growing a brand is difficult, but keeping it under control, that should be the primary task. This video is about the copyright that you own on your content. The reason your content is out of your control is because everybody is using AI in their content. You might have a great idea, but how you actually express it with your creativity, that's what matters the most. This is an art. It's one of the hardest things to learn when you're starting out making videos, songs, scripts, website, and just posting on social media platforms. But the good news is there is a right approach. I've analyzed all the cases of the copyright work across every niche and they all run the exact same principle. Originality not only makes your content copyrightable, but it also gives you authority to claim copyright when anybody in the whole world uses it. And it works every single time. This is the only principle you must master to make your content your own content. The originality in case of AI generated content can be seen in two ways. First, independent creation, and second, the skill, labor and judgment. Alright, before we get into the principle of originality, there is a critical piece that you have to understand. There are different types of work and factors determining the originality may differ in different types of work. For example, originality in writing a script may be different from creating a YouTube video. Let's start with writing scripts, a literary work. ChatGPT makes content creation fast for your brand. Just type the prompt and your script is ready within 60 seconds. But if you're using that same script even by rearranging, this is not your content. No matter how creative prompt you give and no matter how much you invest into it. For example, let's say you ask ChatGPT, write me a script for YouTube video on creators losing control of their content. It gives you a full structure, hook, arguments, and examples. Now ask yourself, did you create the script or did you just give a prompt? You can change some words, adjust tone with just minor editing. The originality is still weak and it doesn't hold that value. The originality is seen from the lens of expression of thought. This expression of thought doesn't mean the prompt and waiting for the response from AI, but what actually comes from the creator. AI is great for inspiration, but if you just copy it, it can't be yours. Alright, scripting your expression of thoughts is important, but to go viral in social media platforms, you will definitely need some artistic touch for your work. And the tool that every creator is using right now to make their content is Canva. Canva is another powerful tool for creators. You can design, edit, and build visuals easily for your work and your brand. But the moment you click on Canva AI, you cannot control the work just like you cannot control that prompt. Think of this way. You type, create a cinematic thumbnail of a stressed content creator surrounded by AI tools. Within seconds, Canva gives you a polished, high-quality image. It looks perfect, it feels like yours. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You didn't decide the composition, you didn't choose the lighting, the angle, the expressions, or the artistic depth. You just described and machine executed. So ask yourself once again, did you create that image or did you just order it? Images generated by giving instructions fails the independent creation test. Yes, the idea is original, it came from you, but copyright doesn't protect the ideas. When you give command to AI, the expression is determined by the system, not by you. So even if you refine the prompt 10 times, you're still guiding, not creating. The final output is not a result of your skill or artistic judgment. It is the training and generation process of AI model. This is where most creators get it wrong. If your role is limited to typing prompts and selecting outputs, you're not exercising enough control over the final expression. For example, if you take the AI generated image and redesign it manually, add original elements, adjust composition intentionally, combine multiple visuals with your own creative decisions, now you're adding human authorship. This is where protection starts to build. Independent creation is a requirement for originality, but if you don't couple it with skill, labor and judgment, this is where the magic is lost. Before going to the next step, here's a quick recap for what we have just discovered. Originality is weak when you just give prompts. Only creators' expression counts as independent creation, and independent creation is a requirement. Now, the next important step is skill, labor, and judgment. Let's get back to ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT has responded to your prompt and gave you a detailed script. You start tweaking it and then you call it your own original script. But the truth is, adding and subtracting keywords is not same as creating. 80% creators are doing this right now. They generate a script, tweak 10 to 20% and publish it as their own. For example, you generate a script using ChatGPT, then you change few sentences, add one personal story, maybe restructure slightly. The script still follows the same flow, same arguments, same structure. Now ask yourself, did you actually create something new, or did you just refine what was already created? Because if your role is limited to refining, your contribution is not reaching the desired level of human authorship. The great news is New Zealand is flexible in recognizing the human contribution, but majority still questions the degree of creativity or labor. And this is where most creators fail, because not all efforts equals authorship. Copyright law doesn't reward efforts alone. It looks for skill, labor, and judgment. This means your expertise and creative ability, your effort involved in expressing the idea, your decision making, and shaping the work. Countries like USA and India follows the modicum of creativity test, that is creative originality. This means there should be a flavor of minimum requirement of creativity. For example, when you completely rewrite the script, change structure, tone, arguments, and original insights and unique framing, now you are exercising judgment and creativity. But if you swap words, slightly rearrange, that's not enough, because the core expression still belongs to the AI output and not you. So remember, using ChatGPT doesn't make you an author, your creative control does. If your contribution is shallow, the ownership is weak. And in the world full of AI, weak ownership equals zero protection. Creativity in thumbnails differ from writing scripts. You think you are designing original artwork, but if your prompt is create a modern YouTube thumbnail with bold text and dark theme, then you're not designing, you are delegating. And delegation to AI doesn't equal authorship. Tools like Canva have completely changed the content creation. You can design and look professional within a minute. But here is the hidden problem. The easier it gets, the less you actually create. For example, you generate a thumbnail using Canva AI. It gives you 4 variations, you pick the best one and maybe adjust text. It looks amazing, but your actual contribution? Selection, not creation. Skill, labor, and judgment is not typing what you want and waiting for AI to give you the result. Especially when 90% of the output doesn't even match what you imagine. Real creativity looks like this. You manually design a thumbnail, choose layout, adjust spacing, control visual hierarchy. Now compare that with giving 5 prompts back to back, trying to fix the output. In one case, you are creating, in the other, you are chasing the machine. The designs are protected as artistic work, but protection depends on original expression. For example, if you use Canva elements, arrange them uniquely, apply your own visual judgment, that can be protected. But if the entire design is generated by AI and your role is limited to picking and slightly editing, then your work becomes weak, because again, idea is yours, but expression is generated by artificial intelligence. If you were to use AI in generating thumbnails, comment down how you would have done that. Alright, here is the solution in 3 simple steps. Create. Don't just generate. AI can assist you, but the final output must come from you. Show your skill, judgment, and labor. Your content should reflect your thinking, your decision, and how you structure it. And make it transformative. Don't just tweak, rebuild, and express your own idea in your own way. Today we talked about the copyright you actually own in your content. The reality is simple: independent creation, skill, labor, and judgment. There is no trick or a shortcut. This is the only principle that separates creators from generators. Remember, no originality equals no copyright. So here's what I want you to do. Next time you create something, stop and ask yourself, did I actually create this, or did I just generate it? If you want to understand how AI can be used in content creation, check out Beyond the IP Edge newsletter on LinkedIn, where I'm posting articles, templates, and applications for New Zealand, Australia, India, United Kingdom, and even USA. I'm breaking down real laws, real cases, and real strategies to stay in control of your content in the age of AI.